Welcome to step 2. This is the foundation, and inside of this training we're going to be covering strategies for naming a business, how to buy a domain with privacy protection, what hosting package is recommended and how to buy it, how to get a free SSL certificate and how to set it up. We're also going to be creating a custom email address with your domain. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, so we are on knowem.com, and that's KNOWEM as in Mary.com. This is the very first place that I normally start when it comes to coming up with brand names, regardless of what I'm doing. The biggest thing and the reason why I love this website is it will actually go out for you and check your social media profiles to see what's available. It will check domains, and it will also check trademarks. All three of those are very important. So I want to show you real quick. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I started with the concept of doing my wood burning for the website, just as like a showcase type website. I can use social media to kind of show some of the artwork and things that I've done with my wood burning. So I have, and I'm going to put this in kindled art and check, because I have this already as a .com. And the problem with this, aside from the fact that, I already have the .com, so I can't walk you guys through that step. And it's brand new. Well, not brand new. It's been around for a few years, but I haven't really done anything with it. So what I wanted to do is actually start with a brand new brand across the board on everything and do everything from scratch with the Blitz challenge. So the first thing I started playing around, and we'll look, if we do kindled or Kindle artist, and it's just, it's one of them other words, and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, kindleartist.com, that looks like a good one because it's available everywhere. But one of the things that you have to think, not only is it available everywhere, but what are people going to think when they look at your domain? Kindle Artist is going to be easy to remember and easy to share, but it can get confusing because what is it, right? Kindle Artist, is it someone who does covers for Kindle books? Is it, there's a lot of different things. And plus the sound of Kindle Artist and Kindled Artist with that extra D on it can confuse people as well. So I decided to go do away with Kindle Artist and decided we're going to try Pyroplex, because I sell wood plaques and pyro. Hold on. There we go. I almost messed that up. Pyro is just kind of one of those prefixes that kind of mean, I think it's a prefix. I'm horrible with English. That basically mean like fire or to set on fire. So I'm going to go ahead and click search, and hopefully nobody has taken anything yet. We're looking Pyroplex. It shows YouTube is unavailable, but the URL doesn't matter as much on YouTube as it does having the name in the channel. We have pyroplex.com as available, no trademark on it. And the main thing is you want to understand what social media, which I'm going to cover this in a later video, but you want to understand what you're going to use and if it's available. Quora normally doesn't show available, and neither does LinkedIn, and YouTube hasn't in the last, I want to say about month or so, month and a half, since they reconfigured this. Instagram used to not be on the front page. There was a few things that was different. When they reconfigured the search criteria and everything, they kind of, for some reason, YouTube stopped showing. But anyways, so basically everything I've searched for, you're going to get, if it's free across the board, you're going to get these types of results. You'll have oops errors. Sometimes you'll get that on WordPress and LiveJournal, I believe. Other than that, you'll see it on Etsy. LinkedIn will never show available, but honestly, if you're building something as a brand on LinkedIn, that's not going to just be linkedin.com / in your brand. There's other, things to the URLs there, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, we're looking, everything looks available. We're available and we're available. So now that we're good across all boards, I'll then go forward and start with first getting my Gmail address for whatever that brand is. If Gmail is taken, then I'll come back here and start over. And I normally do that because if the Gmail's taken, then there's probably something that you missed that might be taken as well. And in that, you can also, while you're here, just want to show you guys some of this other stuff. You can click on social networks and it will actually display all of the social networks and let you know if it's available there as well. So if you're looking at most of these, like in blogging, it's good. I won't do anything bookmarking. Let's see, I think they have something with like crafts or something. There's photo would be a good one. Travel. All right, so we'll look at photo and we'll check this category because there may be a few of these that I want to use. And as you see here, like everything basically is available. There's a few that say oops, error, and free pick shows not available. But, and you can come through and check news, run through everything here. You can check music, whatever it is, whatever type of platforms you're going to be using, go to that section, go through everything and get their, design probably. So we'll check this category, and you want to make sure anything that you would use to grow your business is available. Community is going to be like the Facebooks, and of course you can go back to the old school and MySpace and, some of this other stuff. But business book, like I said, I've gone through everything. It looks available. Everything that I plan on using is available. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the name Pyroplax. All right, so we are on hostyak.com. So we're going to go ahead and punch in our name that we found. So we're going to go ahead and punch that in now. And once you have the domain in, the next thing you're going to do is click on search. It's going to automatically, by default, if you do not put an extension on it, it will automatically add it to do the search with the .com first. As you see, it is available. So we're going to go ahead and click on add to cart. Once it's added, we're going to click continue to cart. We're not going to check out yet, but in order for this to work right, we need to go through this section before we add the hosting. So right now it's going to ask you about privacy protection. It is set at $195 per domain per year. So if you register the domain for 2 years, you still keep that price. If not, you're looking at $7.95 a year after the first year. So we're going to go ahead and click continue with these options. And then I'm going to actually come over here and drop this down to 1 year, and I'm going to only register this for 1 year. Now that we have this set up, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to hosting, click on hosting, and then click on cPanel. Then we're going to come down to cPanel Ultimate and click on add to cart. And then right here is where we're going to decide which of the registration terms that you want to actually go with. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 month because I'm going to do this month to month. And now that I have that, I'm going to come down, say no thanks, and then I'm going to go ahead and click continue with these options. Now that I've done that, we can come over here on the right, take a look. It's $31.66. All we need to do now is go ahead and create an account. First thing you're going to need to do is enter in your email address. Select the username that you would like to use for this. Okay, so we got that in there. Next thing is our password. Now that you have the password, the last thing you're going to need to do is to set a support pin, which is going to be a 4-digit pin that you're going to use anytime you call into HostJack for customer support or billing or anything like that. This is the number they're going to ask you for to verify that it's who that you are who you say you are. Once you have the support pin in, go ahead and click on create account. Now that you have your account created, it's now time to go in. We're going to put in our billing information and move forward from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I will speed this up and see you in a second. Now that I have saved the information, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pay for it. So at this point, you can choose to either use PayPal or you can move forward with your credit card. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my credit card information. Now that I've put in my credit card information, you'll see over here on the right all your information. So you're going to want to look through this, make sure that everything is set the way you want it. We have our domain registered for 1 year at $9.99, which it will renew at $10.99 a year. We have our privacy registration at 75% off for the first year. We have our hosting set up monthly with a free SSL, and we are ready to go at $31.66. So now we're going to go ahead and click on complete purchase. Now that you've done that, you have your web hosting. All you need to do is come over here to the 3 dots, click on this, and then click on Setup. Next step is to go ahead and enter the domain that we're going to use for this account, which is the domain that we just registered. Now that we've entered that, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the SSL certificate is checked. Then we're going to click Next. With this step, what we're going to be doing is making sure that the closest data center to you is checked. So if you're in Asia, Europe, pick those. If you're here in the United States or in North America, you'll want to check on that for the data center and then click Next. This is going to ask if you want to install WordPress now. We're not going to do this because of the shortcut, if you will, that I created for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and click on Not Now, Thanks, and click Finish. Now it's going to go through and install all the software on the server for you to have cPanel, which is a cPanel that allows you to access everything from your files to your databases and everything you need to move forward with the website and install, get everything set up, make sure you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and now that we're finished, click on Go to Dashboard. And then from here, all you would need to do is click on this button to go straight to your cPanel. So at any point, you can go ahead, we're going to click on My Account, which you can get to by going over here in the top right-hand corner and clicking this drop down and coming down to My Products. And then you're going to see your domain, your hosting, your SSL certificate, and then you will see a thing called Additional Products. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And then where it says Email 3 free credits, we're going to click on Redeem. Make sure that, if you have more than one domain in your account, you're going to want to make sure that the right domain is selected, and then click on Redeem Credit. After you click on Redeem Credit, and this is what you see and the screen goes white, all you need to do is come up in the corner and hit on the Reload button and let it go ahead and reload the page. Once you reload, you'll come down to the section that says Workspace Email, which you may or may not see yet. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for this to actually get set up in the system. So if you don't see it yet, go get you a cup of coffee. By the time you come back, you should be good to go. Once you see this here, we're going to click on Manage All. And then this is where you're going to create your account. We're going to go ahead and click on Add Account. And then we're going to put in our email address. Now that you've put in the email address that you want, it's time to go ahead and put in your password. And then after you get your password put in both times, you're going to want to click on this little plus sign that says Show Additional Options. And then you're going to see this one box here that says Make this a catch-all account. I recommend If you are a one-person shop, use this. Go ahead and check this. And what this means is any email that is ever sent that has the @ and your domain will automatically, this email address will automatically, if you will, catch all emails regardless of what the email address is. So if you put info and they go to type in info@youronlinebrand.com and they accidentally spell it INOF, it's still going to go to that email address. And with that, you can also do, John or, Susie or sales or whatever it is, info. You can put a whole bunch of different emails out there. It's all going to go through the one email account. So you're going to go ahead and set this up. We're going to do the catch-all account. We're going to click to agree to these terms and then click create. Now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and click on no thanks. And now you have your email address set up. Anytime you want to check the email, you just come to the same spot, hover over it, and then you can come in here and click on this right here to launch your email. And then from here, it's going to actually load up so you can check your email and get going from there. All you need to do is put in your email address and then your password. I'm going to go ahead and click Keep Me Signed In and click on Sign In. It's asking for a recovery email, so we can go ahead and put in a recovery email that we know we can get access to in case if something happens with this. And then click on Save and Continue. Now that we're here, we're going to come back up and we're going to go back to the My Products. And then on the My Products page, we're going to click on Manage All under Hosting. We're going to click on the 3 dots that goes to the hosting that we just set up and click on Settings. And then we're going to come down and we're going to look just to be sure and make sure that the security shows enabled. If it does not show enabled at this point and you followed through all the steps, please call into HostJack, give them your customer number and your 4-digit call-in PIN, and they will help you walk through to get this set up properly. It should only be 1 or 2 clicks for them, but the chance that this isn't there yet is very slim. Congratulations, you have now completed this step. Any further training I think you may need that is done after the tutorial is finished will be found below this video in the step overview page. Any other training that is outside of this step or outside of the Blitz Challenge core training can be found inside of step 6, which is the update. I'll see you in the next step.